Hello, everyone, and welcome to Disney Magic Podcast, a fun new Disney podcast hosted by a British guy. I'm your host, Zach Campbell, and you can join me every other week for magical stories, amazing guests, intriguing history, and overall a trip down Main Street, USA. From Disney parks to a galaxy far, far away, we'll be talking all things Disney and just how magical it is. Get ready for this episode because it's starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the podcast, the first of the year. Very, very exciting. 2025, man. 2025. It's crazy to think that another year has gone by. 2024 was an insanely good year for me. And we spoke about that in the announcements video, and I'll put that in the top right for you. Up there, that way. Up here. I can't figure it out. I know what I'm doing. But yeah, 2024 was an insane year for me. Turned 30. We went to Disney World for the first time in like 13 years. A lot is happening. A lot's happening, and a lot is happening this year as well. Um, but we're not dwelling on that. We're not talking about that just yet. This episode is all about, as you can tell from the title, we are revisiting the tier list. Now, I did do this a while ago. I'm trying to think when I last did this. Let me double check when I last did this. So we did it. Disney World Hotel. Disney World Rides. April the 5th we did that ride, that episode. That was episode 23. Episode 23 of the podcast. April 5th, 2024. So it is right to say that would you an update? Would you an update? Yeah, the last time we recorded was, it felt like forever. I think it was like October. I bulk recorded a bunch, got them all sorted for December, so I didn't have to worry about it for over Christmas. And of course, our last episode of the pod was the live trivia, and of course, that's always a barrel load of fun. I always enjoy doing it. You know, I enjoy that. It has its little quirkiness of being a bit like, you know, not right, not correct. But hey, it's a good time. It's a good time, and that's all we're here for. We're here for a good time. Um, yeah, I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas, a fantastic New Year, whatever you celebrate holiday wise. I hope you feel rested. Hope you're ready for a brand new year. Hope you're ready for new challenges, new goals, new aspirations, all that fun stuff. Um, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for 2025. It's certainly getting ready to go. It certainly is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode. I've been wanting to do this episode for a little while. Been holding off a little bit from this episode to do it, to be honest, because I wanted to formulate my opinions a little bit better with in terms of the rides and things like that. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. Let's dive into it. Let's go. Here is the tier list here. We are ranking it from S, A, B, C, D, E, F, and never roads. So there are still a couple that I've not had chance to ride. And you know, realistically, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because, you know, there's so much to do in Disney World that you're not going to ever get chance to do it all in one go. And that's why you need multiple trips, time and time again. So, you know, you can't complain. You've got to go again and again and again. So we're just going to go through the kind of like the options we've got here of of what we've got. So obviously, we're just going to go through from top to all the way across from top to bottom. And yeah, so let's get into it. The first one I see here is Big Thunder Mountain. Now, Big Thunder has always been my favorite ride. I've mentioned this many, many times. It is my favorite roller coaster ride on a Disney theme park, in a Disney property. Um, and I mean, it's a strong start because it's an S. It is an S from me. It is the best ride in my opinion, roller coaster wise. It's not too thrilling. It's fast. It's a great ride. It chucks you around a little bit. it's a good time. It's a good time. It really, really is. And I can't complain. I can't complain about Big Thunder. Um, the only thing I have a little bit of a problem with is when I was over there, I only rode it once because every time I was in Magic Kingdom, it was down. Um, I tried riding it after I ridden Tiana's. It was down. I tried riding it when I was um, a couple of times during the Halloween party. It was up and down. It was up, then it was down. I was like, oh man, this is mad. And the only chance I got to ride it was my last day at Magic Kingdom, my last full day there. And I was like, my goal is to ride this ride, and I'm going to ride it at night because I've not ridden it at night for so long. Like the last time I rode it at night was at Paris. No, it would have been Disney World actually. Would have been at Disney World before that. But still, it's a fantastic ride. It's an S ride tier for me. Yeah, it's a great ride. It's starting off strong. This next one is the Carousel. Now, I've never ridden the Carousel, never ridden it, and one reason is I don't ride things that spin me around. I don't like being spun around, things like that. It's a good time. It's a good time. I don't no sorry. I don't like things that spin me around like fast. I used to when I was a kid. I used to love a carousel as a kid, but nowadays I'm getting on a bit. It makes me feel sick. It makes me feel dizzy. It makes me feel icky. It makes me want to like throw up, and I'm not for that life. So yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Moving on. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Now I have still never ridden this ride. Never ridden this ride. I didn't get a chance to. The line was extremely long. The queue, even at the Halloween party, was very, very long. It was still, I believe, a 35-minute wait at the Halloween party. And I'm like, I had other things to do. My main goal for the Halloween party wasn't to ride rides. It was to meet people. It was to meet characters. It was to eat some foods. It was to gather candy. It was a good time. Like that was my main goal. So yeah, I didn't get to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So next time I get to go to Walt Disney World, I will. I'm going to make it a priority to ride it. And I think one of the things that puts me in a bit of a predicament is because I've said this in the vlogs many times, it is our tradition, whoever's in Magic Kingdom, to ride the People Mover as the first ride we ride. Because it's the first ride we rode when we went into the park for the first time. And we have to uplift that position, that tradition. So it kind of puts it, because a lot of people are going over to Fantasyland to ride Seven Dwarfs and get it done first thing in the morning. I'm heading over the bridge to Tomorrowland, and I'm booking it for the People Mover. That's just the person I am. The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is probably a fantastic ride, but I will ride it at some point. But I didn't get a chance to ride it this time around, and the next time I get to go, I will change that 100%. I'll buy a lightning lane for it or something. I don't know. If the line's longer than like an hour, then I'll buy a lightning lane. I don't know, man. I'll figure it out. I'm not overly like it's not something I'm rushing to ride, but it's something I do want to ride, most definitely, 100% at some point. But I'm not like rushing for it. Not like, yes, I need to ride this ride. It's a matter of life and death, because it's not. It's not. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. It's just a roller coaster. There's many other better roller coasters, in my opinion, in Magic Kingdom, and we'll get to that as time goes on through this, I assume. Yes, it's there. I can see it. But yeah, anyhow, moving on to the next one. Winnie the Pooh. Now, Winnie the Pooh is a great dark ride. A little bit. I don't know, man. It's a little bit it's a little bit on the nose. It's like, yeah, Winnie the Pooh wins. I think it follows a story of like a blustery day or something like that. That kind of same kind of premise. There's a lot of wind in 100 Acre Woods, and it makes sense. It's set in England, like, you know. But yeah, it's Winnie the Pooh is one of those dark rides that I'm okay with missing or not riding. So I'm trying to figure out what that one is. What is that? Oh, the teacups. Yeah. Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Yeah. So Winnie the Pooh is fine. Where am I putting it? Because it's not something I rush to. I mean, if it's less than like a 10-minute wait, I'll ride it. But like I'm not rushing to it. I mean, it's a good ride. I'll put it in a C. It's like slap bang in the middle for me, really. It's neither here nor there. It's not something I want to ride. It's not something I'm rushing to ride. Like I'm not. But if it's a low enough weight, I'll ride it. Excuse me. 100. Yeah, it's one of those things. Next one here, Teacups. Alice in Wonderland Teacups. Again, this is another ride that's just yucky. It spins you around. It makes you feel dizzy. It makes you feel sick. It's not my thing. Like, I don't like that type of stuff. And it's also Alice in Wonderland. I don't like Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland can go do one for all I care. So yeah, and again, it's one of those things I've never ridden, but like it's just going right at the back here because it's something I've never ridden. It's something I never want to ride. It's just something I never want to ride. Absolutely not. It's something that I just don't like. I don't like the spinny rides. I don't like spinning rounds. Yeah, it's a good time. It's fine. I'm happy to miss it 100%, and I will do every time because it is not something I enjoy. I don't enjoy the IP attached to it. I don't enjoy it. It's just something I don't enjoy. Yeah, next one we've got Under the Sea with the Little Mermaids. This was a good dark ride, man. This was a good dark ride. I think I did want it initially. This was initially the plan when I was at Disney World. I wanted to meet Ariel, and I was like, "Oh, Ariel, well, we'll ride the ride and then we'll go meet her." I got out the ride, and it was like a 45-minute wait to meet Ariel. I was like, "Is it worth it?" On that day, it was like the long day, like the long Magic Kingdom day, the 13-hour day, where I was like, I just want to ride as many rides as possible. I just want to have fun. This is what I want to do. I'm just going to enjoy everything about the park. I'd ride as many rides as possible and have a good time. And so with that, I rode it. It was a fun ride. The Ursula animatronic is insanely impressive up close. It's very, very cool. It was a great ride. A nice mixture of animatronics and screens. They've done a good job with it. I don't see any issues with it. It's a solid ride, man. It's a solid ride. I'm going to put it for a B. I'm going to put it for a B for Ariel. It was a solid ride. Solid ride. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty great. Pretty good. Moving on to the next one, we've got Dumbo. Now, Dumbo is one of them where you can control where you want to go, what you want to do. Dumbo's fine. I like Dumbo. It's a good ride. I personally prefer magic carpets. That is just something I prefer. That is just a preference. But yeah, so I mean, Dumbo, it's a fine ride. It's good. You get some nice views. I'm going to put it in a C. I'm going to put it in a C. Like, it's middle of the road. Like, I'm not fussed if I miss it. What is that one? But I can't see half of these pictures because I've got to zoom it out a little bit. There we go. I've got to zoom it out a little bit so you can get the whole picture. And it's just like I'm trying to figure out what the pictures are. So apologies if it's zooming in and out. Apologies if it's zooming in and out because it will be doing. But anyhow, yeah. Dumbo, good ride. It's fine. I prefer Aladdin, Carpets of Aladdin. I'm sure that's on here somewhere. If not, then I will add it. It'll probably go in like a high C, low B, because it is, for me personally, it's slightly better. But yeah, so anyhow. Yeah, moving on. The Barnstormer. The Barnstormer. The Barnstormer. Great little induction roller coaster, really. Super fun. Super fun. And I had like the best interaction in the line. It was awesome. I met this lovely couple from Michigan, I believe. I think they said they were from. And we were just talking like throughout the line. And a big shout out to them guys. They were awesome. They were so cool. For the life of me, I can't remember the names. I apologize. But yeah, it was a fun time. We saw each other again in the park a little bit later on, and they'd just ridden Tron. And it was like, dude, you've got to ride front row at Tron. I didn't get front row. I got, I think I got back row. I got back left. Insane. But we'll get there. But yeah, Barnstormer, great ride. I enjoyed it, and it's got a nice little memory for me there as well. Talking to someone in the queue as well, because they're asking, oh, you've got a camera, are you recorded? I was like, yeah, I'm making a video, so a vlog series for my YouTube channel, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, cool, and they help support the channel. They subscribe and stuff, and I think they watch most of the vlogs and stuff. So, it's a fun time. So yeah, I've got a nice little memory attached to the Barnstormer there. It's a fun ride, man. It's a good ride. So I'm gonna bob it up to I'm gonna put it up for a B for Barnstormer. It's gonna go above Aerial, I think there. And now we're getting into some of the good stuff here. Tomorrowland Speedway. Now, this is a controversial opinion. The Tomorrowland Speedway is a fantastic ride, and I said in one of the vlogs as well, I believe, and I'll die on this hill. Tomorrowland is my favorite land in Magic Kingdom. It really is. It's so cool. Like it's just impressive. It really is, and I love most of the rides in there. Like some of my favorite rides from Magic Kingdom are in there. Obviously, you got the People Mover, the Speedway, Sunny Eclipse is there. You've got, what else have you got? You've got Buzz Lightyear, Astro Blasters, or Space Ranger Spin, sorry. You've got what else have you got? The Carousel of Progress, like one of my favorite show at Disney World, hands down. Yeah, it's a fantastic area, and Tomorrowland Speedway, it gets a lot of stick for just being meh, but I really enjoy it. It is a very high A for me. It is a very high A. Yeah, I really enjoy the Tomorrowland Speedway. One ride I don't enjoy is, again, it's one of these rides, man, where it's just, I don't know. It's similar concept to Dumbo and Aladdin and stuff like that, but it's just one of those rides that I feel like it spins around too fast. And that is the Astro Orbiters. I think the last time I rode the Astro Orbiters, I think it was Paris, and it just put me off it. So for that reason, it is just going to be an F. I don't have any memories attached to it. I remember not liking it at Paris, and I was like, very similar in like the Discoveryland there, Tomorrowland of Discoveryland. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's fine. I'll live without it. It's cool to look at. But I'm never going to ride it again, ever. I've ridden it once in my life. That's fine. Now, the one that I will ride continuously over and over and over and over and over and over again is the People Mover. The People Mover is fantastic. I love the People Mover. It is very much right up there in S tier for me. It has to be. It's the first ride I ride whenever I'm in Magic Kingdom. It is a fantastic ride. It is so cool to get some sights, especially at night time. It's gorgeous. Just any time of the day, it's fantastic. It's a nice way to just sit, relax in the shade for a few minutes. It's a nice 15-minute ride. It's great. It's such a fun time. It really, really is. It's I love the People Mover. I love the People Mover. It's it's my favorite ride in Tomorrowland, 100%. And my favorite quote unquote I mean, would you class it as a dark ride? I mean, I don't know. What would you? I mean, transportation or a dark ride. That is up to your discretion. I wouldn't class it as transportation because it doesn't move you to different spots where you can get on and off, like the monorail or like the train, the railroads. But I would class it as a dark ride, to be fair. So, hands down, favorite dark ride in Walt Disney World. Who knows? Yeah, it's me. I'm going to say it. But yeah, very very cool, very very cool. I love the People Mover. It's my favorite ride in Tomorrowland, and my favorite dark ride, hands down. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next one, we have got. I think that's Tiana's, is it? Well, it looks like Splash, but it is meant to be Tiana's. We'll go Tiana's. We'll say it's Tiana's because Splash is no longer in Walt Disney World or Disneyland DLRA anymore. So yeah, we're gonna go for Tiana's, and Tiana's, man. Oh, it was a great ride. It was nice. I had no issues with it. Um, I was very, very lucky that day on that 13-hour day that I did in the Magic Kingdom. I got my Lightning Lane, my VQ for Tiana's first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock. I was grouped 66. So it came round about, I think it was 1:30. I got on. I ran about 1. I was called. I got on about 1:30, 1:45, and I loved it, man. It was so good. The ride was smooth. I didn't have any issues with the animatronics. There was one little issue with Tiana. She wasn't as fluid as I've seen in some videos, but it didn't deter from the moment or like the ride as itself. So I enjoyed that. It was a good time. I loved it. It was great. It was great. Of course, Splash is in my heart as being like, again, one of the first rides I rode over at Paris and at Disney World. But Tiana's, I'm a big fan of Princess and the Frog. It is my favorite princess movie. I mean, Tiana is just awesome as a character in general. So yeah, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it high A. I'm gonna put it above the Speedway. It is very high A for me, Tiana's. It is very, very high A. It has to be. It's such a good ride. It's great to ride, and I can't wait to ride the Disneyland version because the Disneyland version looks insanely good, and you get absolutely soaked. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be fantastic. Next one, Space Mountain. Space Mountain. Now, I mean, I didn't ride Space Mountain when I was over there last, and the whole thing is, and this is going to sound weird. Like, I love the dark. Like, I love sitting. This is going to sound like really sad and depressing, but I'm honest, it's not. I love sitting in the dark. Like, I will, if I'm not recorded or if like I'm playing a game or something, I will turn the lights out and play the game in the dark and just have like the light of like the laptop as I'm playing the game from like the keyboard and stuff. I'll happily do that. And then when I'm going to bed, the lights are off. I'm kind of like getting myself into bed. I know where things are, so I don't bump. My thing is I with Space Mountain, and this is a weird. I think this is like a more like thing as I've gotten older. I don't know what the track's like. I can't remember the track off the top of my head, so it's like I I didn't ride it because I was like, well, I don't know where the track's gonna go. Like I don't know. I can't see. Like I can't see the track. And obviously, like I can see videos with like lights on and stuff like that, but it's like I don't know. It was just weird. It's just a weird concept. Like I can't see what I'm doing, so it was just a bit weird. I was like, okay, cool, yeah. I guess I'll just roll with it and be like, I'm not going on Space Mountain then, I guess. Um, but it's a great. I mean, it's a good ride from what I remember when I've ridden it last, like ages ago. So I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in Never Road just because I don't have enough. So I'm gonna put it there. I don't have enough experience to reminisce on and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to get some hate in the comments, but hey ho, it is what it is. You do what you do. Anyhow, next one. I'm going to move on to the Carousel of Progress. The Carousel of Progress. Now, this attraction is my favorite attraction in um, Disney World. Favorite attraction, hands down. Absolutely love this. It was so much fun. I love seeing John. I love seeing the family. Great time. It is going to go S tier for me. Carousel of Progress is S tier. It is hands down one of my favorite spots to just get some aircon, enjoy the story, sing the song. And the song's stuck in your head all day then, man. It's stuck in your head all day. Like it is. It's a fantastic song. It's a Sherman Brothers song, so of course it's going to be. So yeah. Anyhow, it's a fantastic show. I don't need to bang on about it. I've done a whole history video on it in the past. It's a great time. I love I love the Carousel Progress. Next one I'm going to talk about Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. Now, I did shocking at this when I played it last. I did shock. I think I got like 4,500 points. I just could not hit any of the targets. I was trying to do the trick where I was trying to get all the little ones. It just wasn't working. I was like, I'm not aiming at all with this. I'm doing shockingly bad. It's a good ride. It's fine. It's not something I'm going to race to every time. I'm going to put it in D. It's not something I'm going to race to every time. It's not my favorite. It's not something I'm going to do all the time. But yeah, it's definitely something to do if you want like a quick little game of something. Yeah, it's a good time. Otherwise, it's a good time. It's fine. It's not something I'm rushing to. But if it's got a low enough weight, I'll do it. If I was stood in line for about, I think, 15 minutes, it was posted like 15 minutes. So I was like, yeah, that'll do. And yeah, it's fine. It was a good ride. It's fine. It's not my favorite. There's others that I prefer. I mean, Toy Story Mania is just so much better for what it does. It's essentially the same thing. It's just so much better. But yeah, it's a good ride. I'm not going to rush to see it, but yeah. Next one, Mike Wazowski's on Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. This ride or this attraction, it was my first time. It was my first time going into it. This in the past, my first time going into it. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. Um, yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I got to be I got called out to be a secret spy, which was good. I got called out in the ride, which was a good time. A lot of fun. It was great. I did this on my own. It wasn't something I put in the video. I just did it myself. I was like, yeah, this is something that we're going to do. We're just gonna have a chill 5 minutes, enjoy some laughs, enjoy some cheesy jokes. Yeah, it's a good time. Good time. Would I do it again? Yeah, probably, because it changes. It's very improv-y. It's very much so, it's not the same thing all the time. If it was the same jokes all the time, maybe not, because it's different jokes every time. Yeah, I'd put it in a B. I'm gonna put it in a B above um above Little Mermaid. It's gonna go into B. It's gonna go into B. Yeah, it's a good time. Good time. I enjoyed it. It was a fun ride. Fun ride. Absolutely. Yeah, next ride. We're heading over to Epcot now. We're jumping. On the monorail and we're heading over to the educational. What was I saying? All right, we're jumping onto the monorail. We're going to the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, Epcot. The first ride we see, Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth, man, is amazing. I love it. And it hasn't changed since last time I rode it. So, I mean, I've got so many memories with this ride. It's such a good ride. I love Spaceship Earth. It's just, yeah, it's going S tier, boys. It's going S tier. It has to. It's just one of those rides that it is a Disney must do when you're at Epcot. It absolutely is. Yeah, it's a fun time, a great time. The seas with Nemo and friends. I feel like there's some rides missing here. There's some rides missing. I might have to add some. Let me see. Let me see if I've got some pictures. I know I've got one of Moana. Moana. I can't see them. All right, no mind. I'll add them in post. I'll add them in post. Anyhow, next one I'm going to talk to you about is Nemo. Seas with Nemo and friends. It's a fun ride. It's a fun dark ride. It's changed a little bit since last time I was on it. There used to be like an anglerfish, like statue, animatronic type thing. That's not in there anymore, which kind of disappointing. But it's also attached to the aquarium. Turtle Talk with Crush. It's a fun time. So I love like looking at aquariums and zoos and things like that, and it's a lot of fun to do that after the ride rather than just being kicked out into a gift shop. I mean, which you are, but it's not just a gift shop. It's like the Seas Pavilion. It's cool. It's a good time. So yeah, I love this ride. It's great. I tend to ride it. It's kind of in the middle of for me. I ride it above. It's something I do like to ride when I'm in Epcot, just to go see the aquarium and stuff like that. Granted, you don't have to go into the ride to do. Granted, you have to go in the ride to do the aquarium, but like you might as well, eh? Might as well do the ride and the aquarium at the same time. You might as well do it. Now, next one. We all know where this is going. Living with the Land, S tier, 100%. S tier, 100%. It is the best ride in Epcot, the best ride in the Land Pavilion, 100%. It is fantastic, hands down, without a doubt. Super. And another one that is, for me, soaring, specifically around the world version. I don't think I've ever ridden the California version. I don't think I've ever ridden it. I don't know. Have you ever ridden it? I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I have. I feel like I haven't. Sorry, but it's one of those, man, where soaring is just such a fantastic ride. It's so cool. It's such a phenomenon. Like it blew my mind the first time I ridden it. It was insane. It was so good. But yeah, a fantastic ride, 100%. Um, and we've got Journey into Imagination with Figment. That is that, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. It's really hard to see these pictures, bro. Yeah, Journey into Imagination with Figment, a fantastic ride, man. We were talking about this even a few weeks ago, as of seeing this on the ride through, and it'll be on the channel. I'll stick it in the description. But like, this needs a serious update. This ride definitely needs an update. It's very 90s or early 2000s. And yeah, it's a great ride nonetheless. It is an A for me. It's something we need to ride every time. Um, it is definitely on the bucket list every time we go to Epcot, 100%. One that isn't on the bucket list every time we go to Epcot is this monstrosity of a ride, Mission Space. I've rode it once. Once is perfectly fine. Never again. It's just F tier. It's just F tier. It's just a no go for me. I don't want to be vomiting everywhere. Absolutely not. It's not my jam. I don't want to be ruining my holiday. No, thank you. Yeah. Then we've got these are Pirates there. Where's Pirates there? Pirates, man. All right, let's do Pirates. We're jumping back to Magic Kingdom. Pirates of the Caribbean. What a ride. What an absolute bop of a ride. It's so good. So good. It's fantastic. The songs, the animatronics, the history. It's just fantastic. It's a great ride. It really, really is. Yeah, it's a great ride. It is definitely a high A tier for me. Or maybe even an S tier. Maybe even an S tier. It's going to be an S tier. Like, just to ride Pirates it was one of the highlights for me. It was like, oh, I have not ridden this ride in so long. I need to ride this ride. It was great. And it was pretty much a walk on. I think it was like a 10-minute wait, if that. And I'm like, yes. It's like, this is fantastic. We're riding this and we're going to enjoy it. And I was like, yeah, heck yeah, brother. Yeah, good times, good times. All right, we're back in Epcot now. We're riding Test Track. Test Track wasn't open when I went. It closed for renovations and stuff like that. Obviously, it's still closed now as recording this. It's not opening now until, I believe, summer. So I've never ridden 2.0. So for that reason, it is in there. But the original Test Track that I did ride was great. I really enjoyed the original Test Track. It was one of my favorites. Kind of sad that I didn't get to ride it my last trip, but next time I should be able to ride it with its better iteration, with inspiration from World of Motion, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to riding that at some point when it opens. Still in Epcot, we're heading over to the World Showcase. Excuse me. The Three Caballeros, the Grand Fiesta. It's a great ride, man. This is so fun. And tell me if I'm wrong, but this is the Disney World version of the Pirates ride. Like, this is a Disney World version. Like, you've got the restaurant, and then you've got the ride inside, like how they've got it at Disneyland with the Blue Bayou, and you get to see the boats sailing past. This is their version. This is their version of that. And it's such a fun experience. It's so cool to see that. It's such a fun ride. It's always a walk on. It was literally 5 minutes, and it wasn't even 5 minutes. I was literally it took me longer to walk down than it did me to get on a boat. Like, that is literally how it is. And I feel like it's such an underrated gem that nobody really goes on the rides unless it's Frozen or, Ratatouille. But Grand Fiesta, man, it's a great ride. It's such a fun, kickback ride. It's great. It's a high B tier for me. It's a high B tier for me, I think. Yeah, definitely high B tier. Absolutely. One that I didn't get a chance to ride because it wasn't open. It was down when I was in Epcot. Was Frozen. Am I bothered? Not really. Not really. It's Frozen. I know the story of Frozen. I'm not one to yes, I need to ride this ride. It'll change my life. No, I don't like the animatronics. The animatronic faces are just creepy. If I do want to ride one, it'll probably be more or less I want to ride it at Shanghai or Paris when that opens, or Hong Kong. That one of those where they've actually got animatronic faces rather than the projection faces, because they're creepy as all hell. So yeah, we're going to do that one. So I've never ridden it, and it's not one that I'm gonna be jumping to ride at anytime soon because it's frozen and I'm not fussed. Like yeah, I'm not really bothered. Tower of Terror again, one I've never ridden, one I never want to ride. Really, I'm one of those people where I don't like the sudden drop and like doof. Like I don't like rides like that. Absolutely not. I'm fine in an elevator, but like if the elevator goes, man, that's it. I'm gone as well. Like absolutely not my thing. No, so no, we're not doing that. Um, I just realised we're in Hollywood Studios now, so we walked over from Epcot to Hollywood Studios. We got the Skyliner, boys. We did it. We got the Skyliner. All right, Rock and Roller Coaster starring, well, soon to be the Muppets. Um, Aerosmith. Never ridden it. Never want to. It's got an inversion. It's in the dark. It's not my jam. I don't like going upside down. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's not my jam. No, I'm not riding it. I'm not riding it. Definitely not something for me. Now, this one, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, or Goofy's Runaway Railway, as it very much should be called, is it's a great ride. Really, really fun. Really, really fun. The story was cool. The song was cool. The way they did the sets, it was like I think they'd say it's 2.5D. It's like a cross between like 2D and 3D. It's like not quite 3D, not quite 2D. It's like in the middle. Um, it's a lot of fun. It's a good ride. Like it's cool. It's trackless. It's a good time. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was quite fun. But yeah, so I am going to put that probably A. I would like to ride it again. I would like to ride it again. It's a good time. It is a good time. Yeah, it was a long wait. It was a 50-minute wait, I believe. I think I waited a little bit longer than 50 minutes, but I mean, I wouldn't want to wait in that again. Obviously, it was the first time I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, it's fine. I'll wait in line. It's good. It's fine." I just wish the queue at Disney World was a lot better. Like, it's nothing really to look at. You're outside for most of it. I want Disneyland though. Looks insanely cool. Like inside the El Capitan Theater, top-notch theming. Absolutely, it's fantastic stuff there. Absolutely. Um, yeah, moving on to the next one, Toy Story Mania. This ride is always so much fun. So much fun. It's a lot better than Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters or whatever it's called, Space Ranger Spin. So much better. It's 3D. It's more interactive. There's more maneuvering. It's a good time. I would go to this hands down more than a Buzz Lightyear one. Um, it's going to go in a high B for me, above Grand Fiesta. Yeah, it's a high B. It's a high B. If it's a good time. I waited about half an hour for the ride. It was a good time. It was worth it. It was worth it. 100%. Absolutely. Slinky Dog Dash. Now, this is one ride I wanted to ride. I was so looking forward to riding this ride. And when I got to it, I was like, yes, I cannot wait for this ride. It was so fun. I've seen so many videos, and this was one that was like the Hollywood Studios day that I'm doing. It's definitely on the list. It's something I want to do. It was my last ride that I rode for the evening, I believe, before I went for like my dining reservation. And I didn't record the ride because I wanted to just experience it. I just wanted to have that pure experience. I recorded a little bit afterwards, like give my thoughts on it and stuff, but I wanted the ride to be all to myself. And it was such a fun ride, especially the bit where you get pulled back, like, and it does the 3, 2, 1. And it was great. I loved that. It was so much fun. A lot of fun. It was it's probably high up there. It's probably high up there. It's probably again a high A, teetering on that S. Big Thunder just does it for me so much more. But this was a very fun ride, and it would be one that I do ride again and again, definitely. Alien Swirling Saucers is one that I wanted to experience as well. It was fine. It was fine. Nothing to write home about really. Just your standard. it felt more like a carnival ride than a theme park ride. I don't know if that's a fair judgment, but that to me, that's how it felt. And so, I mean, it was fun. It was fine. The music was okay. The music was very electro wavy. It's gonna go in. It's gonna go in a low C for me. It was fine. It was. I wouldn't be rushing to ride it. I wouldn't be rushing to ride it. But I mean, if the wait time was low enough, be like, yeah, sure, we'll jump on Aliens Swirling Saucers. We'll jump on it. It's fine. This one here, Millennium Falcon. Now, I did Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. I did single rider. I was an engineer. If you've seen the video, you know I did it. I did it, man. 100% button pressing, baby. I was like a champ. It was fun. It was fun. Like I would have preferred to be the pilot. I should have requested to wait for a pilot position, but like I wanted to experience the ride at some capacity, not being a huge Star Wars fan. Next time I go, I mean, hopefully, if I'm in Disneyland and we go to Galaxy's Edge over there, I will request to be the pilot. So yeah, that is something I do want to do, just to say I have done it, because I've heard that being the pilot is like the best part of the Millennium Falcon. You get to pilot the Millennium Falcon, like that's like a dream come true for anyone. Whether you know, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you know the Millennium Falcon, I'm sure. And yeah, so it was a good ride. It was fine. It was a good little simulator. Yeah, I mean, I'd put it. I'd put it. Yeah, I'll put it above Swirling Saucers, above Dumbo. Yeah, it's going to be a high C for me, I think. High C. Like it is something I do want to. It's something I do want to do again in a different position. I do want to do pilot. That is one that I do want to do. I can't think what the other one is. Pilot, engineer, and gunner. The gunner could be quite cool, but I do want to do the pilot. The pilot would be sick. Yeah, so that is something that I do want to do in the future. Yeah. Jumping back over to the Magic Kingdom, we've got the Jungle Cruise. Man, the Jungle Cruise is hands down, again, it's one of my favorites in Magic Kingdom. And I'm such a sucker for Magic Kingdom. Like I'm such a basic person in terms of that. But like Magic Kingdom's so good, man. It's so it's like my favorite. It's like my favorite one. It's my favorite because there's so many rides that are just like iconic. And obviously, when I go to Disneyland, I feel like I'm going to convert to a Disneyland guy. And they were like, Disneyland is like the best park ever. And it probably will be, because there's so much more to do in the Magic Kingdom than there is in anywhere else. There, you know, Walt there, man. Like, Walt built it with his bare hands, essentially, you know. Like, it's insane. It's going to hit different. It really, really is. But the Jungle Cruise, we're getting sidetracked. Jungle Cruise, a fantastic ride, one of my favourites, the best chant ever. The backside of water, hands down, I absolutely love it. It's S tier, man. It is S tier. It is S tier. It absolutely has to be S tier. Has to be. Yeah. Next one, Rise of the Resistance. Never rode it. I didn't get a chance to ride it. The only thing I've done is a ride through over on the Signs of Amusement. Now I'm not going to count that because obviously that I've not experienced it in person. But like this ride looks insanely cool from what I've seen from videos and stuff. Like I do want to ride it. Oh gosh, like I do want to ride it, but also, yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, okay. We'll have to give it a go and see what the deal is. And yeah, give it a go. Another one that I didn't get a chance to ride was Cosmic Rewind. I didn't get a chance to ride that. I just ran out of time doing an Epcot day. I was at Ohana for breakfast on the day that I did have an Epcot day planned. And I just spent the evening, like late afternoon, in Epcot. And I was like, right, okay, I've missed the VQ for... Oh my gosh, excuse me. I missed the VQ for Cosmic Rewind. So again, it's another one I'm going to have to ride when I get a chance to in the future. Let's move these up, actually, not that one. That one can go there, that one can go there. That one can go there. There we go. Cool. All right. Cool. Now, this one is a very sore subject for anyone right now who is a Muppets fan. Muppet Vision 3D. Well, the Muppets Land is just such a cool area. Like, there's not a lot to do. There isn't, and I'll be the first to admit that it's more atmospherical than it is anything else. Realistically, that's what it is. It's more atmosphere than it is anything else, and rightly so. Like, sometimes you just want a nice place to just chill and have a nice place to just relax and have a good time. Muppet Vision or Muppets area, the Muppet Courtyard is a great place to do that. Like, there was plenty of times, like, throughout my day where I found myself going back to Muppet Vision to the Muppets Courtyard just to sit and admire the view and just to watch people pass by, have a drink, all that kind of stuff. It was great. Muppet Vision 3D is such a fun ride, and it's it's the last thing Jim Henson ever worked on, and I hope they do it justice. I hope they either move it or they do something with it to keep it, move it to a different park, move it to Sunset, the strip where they're overlaying the roller coaster, put that somewhere over there. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I hope they do something with it. It is a fantastic ride. It is a high A for me. It really is. It's something I have to do every time I'm in Hollywood Studios. And yeah, it's a great ride. It's a great attraction. Another one that is a fantastic attraction, we're going over to Animal Kingdom now. It is the Navi River Journey. Now, this ride gets a lot of stick. This ride is like, oh, it's not as good. It's short. It's not as good as Flight of Passage. It's a Pirates ripoff. It's none of those things. Yeah, it's a little bit short. You can't compare it to Flight of Passage because it's two completely different rides. Yes, it's in the same land, but it's completely different rides. And it's a fantastic ride. That Charmin animatronic is just gorgeous in person. You're very, very close to it. If you've ever had a chance to ride this ride, you are very, very close to it. It's gorgeous. The bioluminescence, just that land in general. I absolutely loved the Avatar land, like Pandora. I absolutely adored it. I spent most of my day there when I was in Animal Kingdom. It is gorgeous. It is phenomenal. And I'm very sad that I didn't get a chance to see it at night. And next time I do a trip to Disney World, I want to go and experience it at nighttime. I want to try and take a trip to do nighttime, to just like during the autumn or the winter rather than the summer, realistically. Just to see it at nighttime. It looks gorgeous in photos, and the photos don't do it justice. The videos don't do it justice. I want to see it in person with my own eyeballs. And this ride is gorgeous. It is probably a staple for me. I am going to ride this again and again and again. It is going in S tier, and along with its counterpart, the Flight of Passage, S tier. Now, this ride, Flight of Passage, I'm a huge fan of soaring, okay? I'm a huge fan of soaring. I love the ride system. I love the mechanic. I love the fact that it feels like you are flying. This Flight of Passage takes it to like 1,000 times better. It's like soaring on like steroids. It is insanely cool. And the coolest thing about it is, if you've never ridden it, or if you have, and it's where you're sat on the Ikran and you're in like a cave, and you can feel it breathing in between your legs, like where it's breathing to catch its breath, to have a moment. That is a phenomenal feeling. It is so damn cool. So damn cool. And that, like I say, that land in general is just phenomenal. It is gorgeous. They've done such a fantastic job. Joe Rody, he loves Animal Kingdom so much. You can just tell that he puts so much heart and soul into it. And it's just fantastic. It really, really is. And I can't wait to go back and explore Pandora again. Absolutely. Absolutely. Another one for me as well is Kilimanjaro safaris. I love Kilimanjaro safaris. I'm a big fan of education. I'm a big fan of edutainment. I love learning things. I love animals. So being able to, see them close up in a sense, like a safari, like a safari type escapade, is super fun. It is a high A for me. It's a high A. Very much so. It's a very high A. It is definitely up there with one of the rides that I do need to ride every time I'm in Animal Kingdom, and it's a great time. It's a good time. Next one, Cali River Rapids. Now, I didn't ride Cali River Rapids the last time I went. I did want to, but the wait time was like 75 minutes, I believe. I think something like that. It's around about that time frame, I believe. I said it in my video. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was like 60. Good Lord. It was either 60 or 75 minutes. I was like, I like this ride. I love this ride, but I'm not going to wait 75 minutes or 60 minutes to just, I'm not doing it. It's great, but it's not worth it. I'm going to put it in A tier. I'm going to put it in A tier. It is something I do like to ride as much as I can when the ride is suitable, when the time is suitable, when the weather's suitable. Yeah, it is something I do want to ride at some point. Again, Expedition Everest. I've not ridden it. Never ridden it. Again, it's one of those things I've never ridden. I've seen many, many videos. It's one of those things where I do want to ride it, but I'm also like, do I want to? So it is something there that's there that I do want to potentially ride in the future, but it's there. It's there. Maybe it's one I do from afar. I'm not sure. Purely because of the going backwards is one of the things for me as well. Like, I'm not sure how I would feel about going backwards, not being able to see where I'm going. I don't know. It's one of those things. Primeval Whirl doesn't exist anymore. I never ridden it, so it's going in there. Dinosaur is a fantastic ride. It's so good, and it's being closed 2026, I believe. So you've got plenty of time to ride it if you want to ride it once more. I don't think I'm going to be able to get over there again anytime soon before it does close. So my last ride was 2024. Fantastic ride. We caught the dino. We did it. We did it. We did it. And I love Dinosaur. It's something I need to ride. But I am looking forward to the Indy ride. I'm a huge fan of Indiana Jones, as you all know. I'm looking forward to having it an Indy ride. And I can't wait to ride the Indy ride at Disneyland. I'm looking forward to that. So this is going to go high A for me as well. Yeah, absolutely. The Enchanted Tiki Room. Now, this is a fantastic attraction, is it not? This is, it's great. It's fantastic. It's such a fun ride, such a fun attraction, a great way, and it's just, it's fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to put this in, I'm putting it A tier. And we did a ride through of this as well with Alex the Historian LMG Vids. I learned so much history about this ride from the Disneyland version in particular. It was a lot of fun. I shout out to those guys. Those guys are insanely cool. LMG and Alex the Historian, great friends of Science and Amusement, of Jay and Steve. Yeah, they're fantastic. Really, really great guys. A lot of history to be had there. A lot of history to learn, and it's so fun to hear about it all. It really, really is. Oh, the magic carpet of Aladdin. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. All right, so this is what we're talking about before, the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Great ride, great ride. I prefer it to Dumbo. It's probably going to be high B for me though. It's going to be high B. I do ride it quite a lot whilst I'm there. I do like to ride it at least once or twice whilst I'm in the Magic Kingdom. So yeah, it's a fun ride for me. It really, really is. I enjoy it. The Haunted Mansion, again, it's just another staple. It's just another staple. It's just S tier. It just has to be. It's just so good of a ride. It really, really is. It's just fantastic. It's such a great ride. Really, really is. Just amazing stuff. It's a small world. It's a small world. Now, I I have said many times in the past that It's a Small World is not my favourite ride, and it's not. It's not, and I've kind of hated on it a little bit on It's a Small World, but I don't think there's any reason to. I've kind of grown to appreciate it a little bit more, you know, especially because it's such a historic ride in terms of the park and things like that, and the park history and the World's Fair of '64, and it's a pinnacle point in Disney history. It is. Um, but yeah, I think realistically, it's not one of my favorites. I ride it once and I'm done, just because it is a Disney must do. It has to be, but like it's not one that I'm gonna rush to. When I was there in August, it was a 5 minute walk on. It was literally just a walk on. I was walking in the line. I literally got on a boat within minutes. I would say about 3 minutes. So yeah, it's a great ride. It's fine. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in high D, low C. It's gonna be in the middle of those two there. Realistically for me. And this last one here, Peter Pan's Flight. Now they've redid Peter Pan's Flight. They redid the scene with Tiger Lily and the Indian tribe, like the Native American tribe. Very cool scene. Very cool scene. It's a lot of fun. I like the way they've changed it. It looks better. Um, it's a fun ride. It's a fun mechanic, especially like you're hanging. It was one of the first rides I rode at the Halloween party because I was like, oh, I might as well. It opened the day I was at the Halloween party, so I was like, oh, we'll ride it. We'll give it a go. We'll ride it. It's a fun ride. I really enjoy it. It's going to be a high. It's going to be high C for me as a high B for me as a look. No, it's not. Yeah, it's going to be a B. It's going to be a B for me as well. There, high B, low A. I would say for me, for my tier list here. What else are we missing here? If we're missing anything else, I think that's everything that I can think of at the moment. If there is anything, please let me know in the comments. If there's any rides I have missed off this tier list. But yeah, there's my tier list. We'll quickly run through. So S tier, Big Thunder, People Mover, Jungle Cruise, Carousel, Living with the Land, Soaring, Pirates, Spaceship Earth, Navi River Journey, Flight of Passage, and the Haunted Mansion. B is Enchanted Tiki Room, Muppet Vision, Slinky Dog, Tiana's, Tomorrowland Speedway, Imagination, Journey into Imagination with Figment, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Kilimanjaro Safaris. What's that? Oh, Caliber Rapids and Dinosaur. Then in B tier, we've got Toy Story Mania, Grand Fiesta, Silent the Three Caballeros, Barnstormer, Laugh Floor, Monster Inc. Laugh Floor, Under the Sea with Ariel, Magic Carpets of Aladdin, and Peter Pan's Flight. C tier, we've got Millennium Falcon, Nemo, Winnie the Pooh, Dumbo, and Alien Swirling Saucers. D, we've got It's a Small World and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. E, we've got nothing because we didn't use it, and then we went straight to F tier, Astro Orbiter and Mission Space, and Never Rode is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Space Mountain, Tron, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewinds, Rise of the Resistance, Frozen Ever After, The Carousel, The Teacups, Hollywood Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Expedition Everest, and Primeval Whirl. And that is my tier list right there. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who joined me on this episode today. It's been a lot of fun. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while since I came back, and I wanted to collect my thoughts a little bit and have an experience of having to talk about them a little bit and get them out there and put them in there and all that fun stuff. It was a lot of fun to do this. I've really enjoyed tier listing this up again. It's nice to do this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And yeah, thank you once again. I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, much love. Have a magical day. Peace.